Hello and welcome. My name's Coleen and this is the Easter Hop 2025 with my friends Melissa at Practically Creative and Syllvia at You and Me FPP. Check out their channels, see what they're gonna do. I'm gonna make a small coaster for myself. So my first one is gonna be here. These are just scraps. Got my 1/4 inch foot on. Now I'm going to press this one back. I'm just going to press them to the outside, all of them. What I'm going to trim, all I'm going to do is follow the line I've got over here. The line right here on my hexie, the entire way around. Every time I add one, I'll cut it with the even with the side next to it. I'm trying to get the biggest part right there. This may go horribly wrong and it's at the end of the video. I'll take this one and I'll press it back also. Oh, that one barely made it. Actually, it's just a little bit short, but that's okay. It's well underneath, which I'm okay with. Let's not do that again, though. Carry them off straight with the other two edges. Grab it. It's gonna be wonky. Alright. Let's see. I may need a bigger piece for this one. Now I'm nervous. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Line up my edges, right side together. Put it on the needle and let the horses run. Lift the needle, lift the presser foot. Relax the threads, then push them back. Do the same thing. We'll cut it off even with this one and this one. If you wanted to, this one right here, since we're taking 1/4 from it, should be 3/4 of an inch. You can line your 3/4 line right here up and do it that way. If your 1/4 inch is not accurate, which mine usually is, and I'm kind of proud of this one, you may take off some extra off that other one. That's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna cut that down. I meant to cut these 1.5 inches initially. Okay. Put it back down where my round went. Right sides together all the way across. Make sure it's overhanging both sides. That's how you know it's going to fit. Lift this all the way up with your wheel or use your button, however you lift it up. This does not release until that needle hits the highest point or close to the highest point. So Don't distort it. Don't pull on it too much, which I do every time. I'll be impressed if I don't this time. Then we're going to cut it off even with this one and even with this one. Now that pink, this pinkish one should be 3/4 of an inch. You might be able to see it's just a tad short. Don't care. Still putting my 3/4 on that seam and cutting across. See how minuscule that is? It's fine. It's fine. We don't have to redo it. Nope. Okay, now I'm going to put the top piece on. Also hoping it fits. Looks like it will just. Right sides together. I'm going to line the raw edge up. There we go. Oh, no, no, no. You don't get to flip seams. No. And that's barely going to work too. Using scraps, I'm okay with barely. I should have gave these iron before I started. I meant to and then I forgot. Press that back. Oops. This is a great little iron for this kind of thing. A space saver. I'm going to turn it over. No, I'm not going to turn it over because I want to see the seam line. Putting my 3/4 of an inch. Can you see that from there? Maybe I can zoom in when I edit. Putting my 3/4 of an inch right there. We'll ensure that this side is right at least. And then I'm going to put my 3/4 of an inch right on this seam too. We already know that one was just a tad off. Wow. How bad is that? Okay, that's an 1/8. This is under an 1/8 and this is an 1/8, so we're going to let it ride. That's right, we're feeling like every day. And the last piece. Right sides together. A little easier for me to do it from behind. So I can watch my seams. Relax the threads. Whoops, don't leave my arm in the middle of it, do you? Relax the threads. Press back. These are scraps. There's a whole lot of bias here, so if you pull, it will distort. Distort. I hope I said that right the first time. Then I'm going to put my 3/4 of an inch line right here. Because it's just easier to remember this 3/4 of an inch at the moment. The next one is 3/4 of an inch on my purple. What is the next round? The next round is a plain round. I got my 3/4 of an inch. And I cut it at 1.5. And one round, there's our scraps from our scraps. Some people are interested in that stuff. Okay. And I like how it looks doing it the opposite sides. Never done that before. Okay. And I know I started down here, so I'm always going to start down here. Am I going to start? I'm not going to always start down there because I want these to go different directions. So I'm going to go over one and start up here. So let's see. Need approximately. I want to cut this down so you guys have a more manageable size. Let's see. That is approximately 1, 2 3/4, I'd say. Would just get it. So let's do 3. Remember, that's the side I'm doing next. I'm telling you so I remember. Anybody else do that? You gotta tell somebody else just so you remember? Send random texts. And people are going, what's that about? Oh, nothing, I just want to remember it later. This has the wrong and right side. It's very hard for me to see right now, but I think I've got it. So when you put this down, you want to make sure you're over about 1/4 of an inch on each side at least. You could do more. You could do 4 inches here, then you'd have plenty to cut off. Don't worry about it. I've got the window cracked so we can hear the birds when they come up. When they come out. They've already came out, but it's 50 something outside. Again, I'm going to put it on the 3/4 because I'm still going off of my last set. 3/4 right here. Cut that off. Go over here. Also 3/4 on this one before us, or go with this line. Now I'm going to go straight across from it. 1/4 inch approximately over. One side was being greedy. Let's make it sheer. There we go. This does not get as hot as the iron. It's great for a crease to push these back with. It's great, but it's not as hot as an iron. It will still burn you. Trust me. Okay, I'm going to go to the 3/4 again. Oops, lost that one. 3/4 on that line, or just line it up with this edge, but my edge is wonky. So I'm going to use the 3/4, and that will all be hidden like magic. There's my waist. Okay, we got those two sides. Now we're going to go. Let's see. It would be great if I had a 1 on this thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'd go 5 1/4 for that. I should write these down. 5 1/4 for both of those sides. So I'm going to cut 2 5 1/4. And you can make them bigger. If you think you can make it smaller, go ahead. More power to you. I would. If I wasn't so anti. Okay. These two. I don't know what I just measured. Was it this one? Yeah, this one's too big. That's okay. It's okay. Better too big than too little. I'm just going to the right of the last one I did. Or the first one. I don't have to trim that one yet. Let's go ahead and put this one on since we're here. Save time. Oh, that's a good motto. Save time, not fabric. Okay, now I've got those two on. And since they're not touching, I can always put 2 on at a time before I press and trim. Oh, don't do it on that, that will melt. Is my suspicion. Okay, so I put that one on first. I keep turning over. Don't know why. And I still have that 3/4 right here that I can line up on. The next one will be on the don't know, it looks kind of wheat to me, color. Yeah, this one. So I started out with 1.5. That would make this 1 1/4. So I put my 1 inch and 1/4 line right on that seam. And this one has the 3/4, so I'm going to put it on that seam. Then we're back to the 1 1/4 right here. It gives us this pretty line up here. Somebody's 1/4 inch is just a little bit off, or the curtain was just a little bit off. But it's in the series, and it's smaller than a smidge. I think that's the rule. If it's smaller than a smidge, it doesn't count. Okay, the next side will need to be, yeah, I got this just a little bit. How many people just think they're so small like that? Okay, this one will be 5 1/4, but I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2, just so I can be able to cut it. Can line up these down here, can line up these up here. That for something else. This will go here. And at this point, I could start pinning and pin both of them on. I'm going to pin one on. I want my edges just a tad over on each side. This way I can basically chain piece it and just turn it without cutting my threads. Oops. Oh, so he's got a good stove fire to this gun. Oh no. Okay, that didn't test. Watch your seams. Oops, I wasn't gonna cut those, was I? Let's just flip it over. Most people would tell you a careful 1/4 inch or a very exact 1/4 inch. I don't think it matters. As long as you're okay with wonky, it doesn't matter, I should say. And have you met me? I got a gnome fussy cut it in the center. I'm not sure if I said it when I started, but you don't have to start by doing these across from each other and doing them like that. I'm just being extra. You can do consecutive, I think is the word I'm looking for. And if you have a friction pin and you get lost easily, or a chalk marker, and you want to mark, let's use a friction pin. I'm keeping this one, so if it makes a mark, it's, you know, my problem. If you want to remember where you started, you can put 1 here. That way you know that was your first one. So your next round, the first one's going to be here. Next round, your first one's going to be here. If that makes sense. But you could just go in order. I'm just extra. And I wanted to see what it looked like. Now this one, whoops. This one will be 1 1/4. And it's already, oh, it's already the size practically. Well, I guess that's all I'm doing. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I should have used smaller strips, so that's okay. It's alright, I'll make this go faster. So 1 1/4, take off this side. 1 1/4. And you can just keep going and going with it, whatever size strips you want. 1 1/4. And this is the same template I have already for free, so I'll give you guys this template and I'll have to make one for that. A little fussy cut center. You can do a smaller fussy cut. It needs a back now. Hang on. Might as well show you what I'm going to do. I have 4 fabrics from a charm pack. At the widest point, it's almost 7 inches, so I would do an 8-inch back. Putting 2 right sides together, lining them up. 1/4 inch. I think today we're going to call this, instead of flying by the seat of your pants, let's call it footloose and fancy free today. So that seam I pushed down, this seam I will push this way. And then I'm going to nest these two. Because my seams go opposite directions, these two will just butt right up against each other on the right sides. I'm just holding it. Unfortunately, holding my pieces and pinning my pieces really have the same success rate for me. Shouldn't be like that, huh? Okay. I pushed this seam this way and this one that way, trying to get that seam to spin. Seems to have worked. This is not the large piece presser you want. Alrighty. My batting, and like I said, this is for me, so I've got this old blanket that I use when I do projects for myself. Because it's very thick, this is not going to go anywhere near my kitchen. I would use something else if it was. I'm going to be fussy and line my edges up with my seam right there and hope that that's the center. Then we have this. Where's my cord? I don't know if this will work on this kind of fabric, but I think I'm just going to glue it down. We shall see. It's too small of an area to use my spray glue. You get overspray and no, nothing good happens after that. Okay, turn it over. Press this out. What I'm thinking is, I'll have some extra fabric on the outside. I'll just turn it over to bind. Just like that. I'm not going to do a lot of quilting. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to just echo this real quick to keep it stitched down. You can do more, you can do less. I have it lined up this line, this center line right here of my fabric, my seam line. I have it lined up with the outside of this foot, which this is 1/8 of an inch right here. Great for top stitching. I'm going to go forward, then go backward. I'm doing it very carefully because the faster I go, it gets knotted in the back. Learned that the hard way too. Okay, now that second line, I think I passed it. I did. That's all right. Let's see if I can try that again. Okay. Now I'm going to the second line right here. Last time I went to the third one. Counting is hard. Don't act like it's not. Okay. Whoops. Now I'm at the second line. Right, one stitch past. It's okay. Whoa. This went all the way off. I'm not picking that out. I forgot where I was going. That's where I was going. I need to stop looking at the lines and look at this because that is more accurate. See that? No problem. No. One more. There's always one more. Oh, my stitch is too small. Doggone it. I forgot to raise my stitch. Raise your stitch back up to the 2.5 or even 3. I like a 4 when I'm quilting. Not a 1.6. Oh, man. I was going to do this one right. Yeah. Although I have back stitched there, I'm going to leave enough so I can bury my threads. Leave enough of this tail so I can make a knot, put them inside. Okay, now let's figure out 1 inch away. I said that and I started to cut ½ inch. Jeez. Tension is an issue. See my batting? That's fine. Not going to hurt nothing. I could get my scissors and trim that off. I might do that. I'm measuring 1 inch from my fabric. Oops. And I will use those scraps. Inch. I should change my blade. That'll go back in my scraps. Going to get the giant scissors. Push this back away. Holding it with my hand, pushing it back. Alright, I don't know who's acting up over there, but stop it. I'm joking. I really don't believe that these things have powers of their own. Alright. Make sure it's flat when you do this. Alright. That was all I wasted. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that was the fun part. So I fold it over once. And I'll fold it over again. This is a perfect opportunity to use a clip. I'll come over here. Okay, got that there. The hardest part of everything is this right here. Okay, now my corners meet. And you can fudge them when you get to them when you're sewing. Refold that. Oh, there's a seam there from the back. That's what happened. Okay, fine. Not a big deal, just have to be more careful. Well, not forceful. Just have to be more forceful. See, this one's folded over once. And twice. press there. So let's figure out what I did wrong there. I'm probably folding at an angle instead of straight. I'm going to go straight in and straight up. Yep, that's what I did. This is just so fun to me, doing these hexagons like this. It just fold it over, fold it up, and fold it up again. Got another seam here, but that's okay. I'm going to start with it folded, and this side is folded also. We're going to go in, and then over. That side matched, this side is going to match. I said if I press this, it'd stay better. And I'm going to use this, actually what I really like for top stitching, and let's get that up to, turn this up to a 4 because that's what I like. What I like for top stitching best is the zipper foot. I just don't feel like changing it at the moment. It takes 2 seconds. That is how, I don't want to say lazy, but efficient I am. I don't waste 2 seconds getting the zipper foot. I waste a talking. Couple forward, couple back. You could use any stitch you want here to hold this down. My fabric's lined up right here. I'm going to hold this down. A stiletto would be handy here until I've caught it with going over one more. Oops, let's try to get undone on me. Where's my knot? Somebody used to change their needle. Maybe it'll save your hands. Sounds awful. Stop touching me. As if you've never not changed your needle and you should immediately. We're almost done. Okay, when I go up here, if I stop in that seam, the seam that's going this way, let's see if we, the seam that's going this way, we want to stop in that seam or at that seam and turn, and then we'll catch it. I've just undone it a little bit. Don't need that. Turn, go back where we began. I will go over where I began. I don't want that back stitch right there. I'll take it there though. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, at this point, you can cut off your threads because you're back stitched. Which I'm going to do out here. I will bury the ones in the center later though. And do it as close as you can get. Without cutting your fabric, don't cut your fabric. Those are just hanging out. And there we go. I have a new cup holder for spring. And it was made from scraps from my table runner, so it will match it perfectly. All this will be free in PDF format. I wish I did all of them like that right there. I like that one. This side right here. And they are great practice. Look at that. I'm very happy. Love how it turned out. It's got an out. Yeah, I'm excited about the small things. Little wins. Thank you for joining me and checking out my channel. If you're new, I appreciate you stopping by. If you liked what you see, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. And don't forget to visit our friends Sylvia at You and Me FPP and Melissa at Practically Creative and see what they came up with. Ideas for spring, Easter, who knows? Lead with kindness. and be the light you want to see in others. Have a great week.